What's crack-a-lackin', Shannon and Tate, boy, fresh, man. Ain't got too much going on this evening, just another day at the office as we sit around, people might have been viewing what they might have been calling a game a little while, but you know how we get down. You know how we get down. So, but first of all, even before we get started, we want to thank all you guys for joining us as another happy new year. Man, great to be with you guys in 2025 here on Steel Curtain Network, Fans First Sports Network. And we want to give a special shout out to the victims and the families that is enduring what's going on down in New Orleans, Louisiana. I used to live in New Orleans, Louisiana. I actually used to live on Canal Street. I lived about a mile away from where everything went down off of the corner of Bourbon and Canal. And so I understand what goes on down during this time with the Sugar Bowl. I lived there for a few years. And, shout out to those families and the victims and the police officers. It's unfortunate, man, so prayers for their families. But even before I say all that, man, what's cracking Shannon? What's cracking Tate, man? What's going on with y'all, man?
We go first. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, Shannon? Not too much, man. Enjoy the peaceful New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional food has some black-eyed peas and some sauerkraut. Didn't make any pork, but we did go get a couple slabs of ribs to go, so that counts as pork.
Facts.
Some good ribs. Basically, got home from running around and getting my food. Me and the wife, and I've been home watching football since about 1:30 till just now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's been a good day. Just felt like a Sunday, really. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like a Sunday, and I'm glad to see Chat General Danny Littlejohn in the building. Man, and Big G, this for you too. I'm really gonna say this for the homies or the know-it-alls, but all y'all talking about Alabama, South Carolina should be in the tournament. Them boys got whooped by teams that ain't even just ranked below them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to just be quiet, Tate, but my chest itch a little bit, man. My chest itch and my head. I got to get something straightened out. You know how I go.
I definitely got to give you a shout out, man, because I might be coming aboard with you, man. I need to see a couple more big games, and there's only a couple more games left from Jeremiah Smith being one of those all-time great freshmen.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Dude is the beast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
Shannon,
all is well. Go ahead, G and Shannon.
Shannon, what's cracking with you, dog? What's going on?
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. And I again want to send my condolences and prayers for all the victims' families and those that's in the hospital, and hoping to have some good news about all those people. And just, it's a terrible way to start 2025. But hopefully we're going to have a blessed year. And, but yeah, it's been a wonderful break. We've had the Happy New Year and spending time with family, and ready to talk some Steeler football.
Hey, Tate, look how Shannon done snuck in and got the right colors in. On the right day.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but
he got some closet going on over there. Got some closet going on over there. But hey, I appreciate it. He represented. Hey,
I thought I was going to be able to celebrate Arizona State beating Texas, and then they just lost their ever living mind on 4th and goal in overtime and give up the tying touchdown. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Tate, man, so it's back on you, bro. I did what my part. Let's get it revved up. We got to pump your brakes, man, and we got to talk truth about what we got, because we got a big game coming up on Saturday, bro. So, this is, for me, it's for a lot of all the marbles, and I've went on rants. I've been out there in them streets, man. I've been cutting up and clowning. So, I'm gonna let you try to calm me down, but you got full permission to hit them brakes on me if I get to talking crazy tonight, man. I just might be a little arrogant, not that much. Man, my chest keeps on hurting, dog. Dang, go on, man. What the heck is going on right here, man? I don't know what's wrong with him, man. The big fine. The big fine.
Yeah, man, my bad. I said, why is your chest itching?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's something. Is it? It's something. It say
Oh,
something. What it say?
He's
It
he's
make out.
wearing a jacket indoors. He's sweating.
that
Yeah,
might be why he itching. But I
yeah.
don't
It makes.
know. My podcast in my room, I don't think this. I mean, the vent ain't pumping out. And here I came in because I keep the door closed. I came in here, man. I was shivering as soon as I came in here, man.
Yeah,
So this room is cold. I know my thermostat's only about 74, 75, but it ain't that in here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. So what we're gonna get into tonight? Well, Big G, go ahead and let's shout out some of the listeners in the live chat, man. Go ahead and shout them out. Then we talk about what we're getting into.
Man, I done seen a whole lot of people in the live chat. We appreciate all 7 of you guys that's in here right now, and we expect it to be over 100 as we go. Jaime Carlo, what's cracking lacking, man? Craig Withrow, Steeler Girl, 12277. Danny Littlejohn, J. Steve, Brett Howe. Who else we got? Claude Bishop, the Matrix champion, general, and governor, all at the same time. Luke K 777. G Stacks, what's cracking lacking, bro? Thomas Riley, Blackstreet, what's going on with you, man? T Moore 86, what's happening? Brett Howell, what's going on? Camille Curry, a blast from the past, Tate Boy Fresh.
Shout out to
Camille
the
Curry.
Camille.
Yeah, got to give her a shout out. What's happening, Camille? Good to see you. Blast from the past. What's going on? Mr. Woodside, Thomas Edgels, man. We got a lot of folks watching us, and we appreciate all 74 of y'all. And like we said, here in a minute, we look to be up over 100 because you know how we get out on Wednesdays. It's PYB. It's Steelers Nation all day, every day, bro.
Definitely so, Big G. This is for PYB and this is for you. Like we sometimes put the Matrix out there early for Claude.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hit them breaks early for you.
Yeah, man. Because I can feel it. I can feel it already, man. I can feel it. It's gonna get bananas tonight. I can feel it.
I know you got one or two coming, so you know we put that one in the bank.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man. So what we gonna get into? Live chat generals, homies, everybody out there. Happy New Year to everybody again. And like Big G and Shannon, my prayers definitely go out to the victims and the survivors in the hospital and the families of everybody involved in the tragedy down in New Orleans early this morning.
Yeah.
You know, we can never send up enough prayers and blessings. So let's do that.
Absolutely.
But what we're gonna get into, man, is it's 2025, right? We've said Happy New Year enough. It's 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we want to talk about this evening is what's next for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know they play the Bengals this Saturday in a semi-big game, a game they need to win. They don't have to win to get in the playoffs, but they need to win it, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
We know they have a playoff game coming up. We don't know against who or where yet, but we know more than likely it's going to be on the road. If Baltimore somehow loses to Cleveland, which is highly unlikely, I would imagine, and Pittsburgh beats Cincinnati, then we could host a playoff game. But we lost control of our own destiny with that performance.
Facts.
That performance over Christmas, on Christmas Day. So and then after that, we'll take a break. Then we'll get into the offseason. We got the NFL draft coming up. Big G, we know you got some stuff with that. You've already identified 5 Buckeyes that you want to see be Steelers. So that starts that right off, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm deep in my bag, bro. I'm deep in the bag.
And lastly, we'll get into moving forward 2025. Who's our quarterback? Is it going to be Russ? Is it going to be Justin Fields? Or is it going to be somebody that's not even on the roster yet? Be it a free agent, be it a trade, be it a draft pick. Who's going to be the quarterback for the Steelers in 2025? Mm-hmm. So we'll get into all these things. Right now, we're going to take our first break just to get one of them out the way. If you're watching on YouTube, per usual, you know we're not going anywhere. We're going to be right here. We are going to take a 10-second pause for the calls so our audio listeners can hear some words from our partners and advertisers. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast on a Wednesday night. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us and being with us. It's New Year's Day. We know you could be anywhere, but right now, 84 of you in the live chat have decided to rock with us. We appreciate it. So, let's get them numbers up. Let's and talk some ball, right? So
Facts.
I'm gonna go to Shannon first. Shannon, the Steelers have their game. It's Saturday night, prime time. I'm pretty sure it's on ESPN. It's on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are doing the game. Why is this game important to the Steelers, Shannon? At least I think we all think it's important. Why is it important, though?
I mean, they have to since he's fighting for a playoff spot. And if they lose, if the Steelers lose to Cincy, the Bengals might get into playoffs. So then they would have lost to fourth straight, not only fourth straight, but four straight playoff teams. And that's not a good formula to go into the playoffs. Losing four straight games, two of them back to back at home. This is a prove it game. This is the division rival. This is going to have a playoff atmosphere. And when they lost the first time to the Eagles and then to the Ravens, it was like, well, look who's hurt. There's always an excuse. But we watch other teams like Detroit keep winning, and basically their whole starting defense is out. So it can be done. The Steelers there's always an excuse, but the truth is, this is the norm. It's a non-losing season for Tomlin, but another late season collapse. And that is the typical. The Steelers seem to never be able to have momentum going into the playoffs, and they really need some this year, or it's going to be another one and done.
Good, all good points, Shannon. All good points. Big G, what's your thoughts on this game Saturday night, man?
I'm a little different with my point of view. Some folks don't think it's a must win. I think we have to win. Because I think that we have to win because we got to prove to ourselves. This is a gut check for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is what they talk about intestinal fortitude. This is one of them games where intestinal fortitude's got to show up. We've had 10 days to prepare for these guys. They're fighting for their playoff lives. They got to win and hope some other stuff happens. So we know we're going to get their best shot. And some other folks have said, well, it's this and that, it's schematically. This is one of the games where we know them, they know us. We play each other all the time. This is mano y mano, man on man, and we're going to prove to you that we're better than you. We're going to prove to you that we should be the AFC North champions. And but the Bengals don't feel like that. So I want to see for 2025 this game springboard us into the momentum for the playoffs in 2025 that will ultimately lead us to the offseason in 2025. Because Steelers fans, I need you guys to understand and know, we've been in a rebuild mode for 3 years. Ever since Ben Roethlisberger walked out of that locker room, we've been in rebuild mode. And for Tomlin to be able to hold the ship down, us not have losing seasons, make the playoffs 2 out of 3 times, no other franchise in the NFL is able to do that for a full rebuild. We've had to completely restructure our 53-man roster. Kevin Colbert didn't do us any favors on the way out the door by drafting what he drafted, including Kenny Pickett. And so now we're moving into this, and we got to completely revisit the roster, build up the 50-man, 3-man roster so that way we can become contenders moving forward past 2025, Tate.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with what both of you guys said. Thanks for the super chat, Danny Lil John. Sorry about your South Carolina Gamecocks. They they lost to
Illinois.
Yeah. I called that one, Big G. I did.
Facts. You did. That's facts. That is facts.
But, thanks for the super chat, Danny Lil John. He said, hopefully 2025 will be better. We'll play better football, basically.
Yeah.
He's back for the 20 and a quarter. The homie, the governor, Claude Bishop in the building. Thanks for the super chat, Claude. Claude gives us $5. We appreciate you. In 2023, I need 2 of you co-hosts to start listening to me because it will only make you smarter.
I know you ain't talking about me, Claude Bishop. I know you ain't talking about me.
He said, why you say 1 or 2 of us? There's 3 of us on here.
Because you know, Claude wants to start that mess, man. He stay in the streets like I do, bro. He's trying to start. I already know. He's not going to be right till we put him in the Matrix. So we'll see in a little bit, bro.
Give Claude some credit for calling Penn State, though.
Yo, Claude ain't got no faith in Penn State. I got more faith in Penn State than Claude do. I got more faith.
Right. You might be right.
He ain't got no faith.
Claude be hating on all his teams.
Sure do. Just straight up hate. Straight up hate, man.
Yeah, man. The homie Camille, what do you guys say to the whole idea that it's all scripted?
No way.
Like the playoffs, NFL playoffs?
No way.
I don't think it's scripted. I think if it was scripted, for example, I think the Dallas Cowboys would be in the playoffs
every year.
That's big money, big brand.
Yeah.
So if it was scripted, they would be there. I mean, it's just they just weren't really that good this year, so they didn't make it. And it's some other big brands that could, both the New York teams, both of them.
Yeah.
The New York
it'd be both New York teams, both LA teams, Chicago, Houston, Dallas. All of them would be in the playoffs every single year.
Right.
If it was scripted. And too many guys got too many injuries, man. Too many careers have ended. Guys have lost big money playing. So never is the NFL scripted. Not me.
I personally think the only sports that involve some type of scripting and stuff like that is boxing. I think you might get some of that in boxing.
Definitely.
But yeah, shout out to the homie Afton in the building. Mother Afton in the building. Mother Afton says Claude has matrix deficiency syndrome.
Then she done made a diagnosis for the matrix.
Right, she did diagnosis. Hey, Mother Afton, Miss Kathy, should I put him in?
She said he has MDS. Mason's, man, wow.
Claude, that's for you, Claude.
Yeah, MDS. MDS.
You back at home. You got a what they call it, Big G. I can't remember. I ain't worked in corrections so long when I worked as a case manager. You get when you get a weekend pass, what's it called?
A weekend pass, a buy, a pass.
Okay, well, yeah, Claude got that for the weekend from the Matrix. So, or for the holiday. He been out. Now, Claude, your coach about to turn into a pumpkin in about 3 hours. So be sure you go ahead and ride that coach to the front door of Matrix Lane.
Claude been out in them streets taking Shannon.
You mean furlough?
Yeah, furlough. Yeah, he got
furlough. That's what I mean, Shannon.
Yeah, furlough. Yeah, he got a furlough. He can hang out. Still, a girl gave us a super chat, Tate.
It's up there. Go ahead and read it. But thanks for super chat, Steeler Girl, $4.99. I'm gonna round it up to $5. We appreciate you. Go ahead and read it out, Big G.
GP has to go. His talent isn't stacking up to his BS. He's no Steeler. CA3 hits harder and works harder than that clown. Facts. I listen. I've been in the streets for the last 7 days talking crazy, trading for draft capital. He's not going to come into camp unless he's got a contract. He wants $35 million or more per year, and he wants a minimum of a 4-year deal. He's not going to be in camp. Trade that sucker for draft capital. I've already said it. I've designated it. He's not a number 1 receiver on 16 teams in the league. And a lot of teams he'd be fighting to be a number 2. So, yeah, let's get him up on out of there. Let's get some wide receivers to Steelers.
He's got wide receiver 1 athleticism, but he has Pee Wee League maturity.
Facts.
I mean, it's the complete package makes you a 1, and he's never going to be a 1.
Never. No, he's going to be a 2. He'll be a 2 at best.
I don't disagree.
Hey, Claude Bishop said pure facts, G. Wait, Claude, are you trying to really stay out here on these streets? Claude is trying to stay present and relevant. I can't believe, Claude, we starting out 2025 in a brand new place, dog. You agreeing with a player. I can't believe that, man. So I appreciate you. But yeah, GP got to go, bro. There's no reason, and I've started this conversation, and I'm going to keep on saying it. The Pittsburgh Steelers have had relevant wide receiver rooms since early 2000. Since the early 2000s, the Pittsburgh Steelers have had relevant wide receiver rooms. At one point, the Pittsburgh Steelers receiving room was a hotbed to mature dog wide receivers. If you've been a Steeler fan for long enough, you'll talk about Young Money. And then we went through them guys, and we had Plexico, we had Santonio, we had Martavius Bryant, we had Antonio Brown. I mean, I'll run down guys, Emmanuel Sanders, Mike Wallace. We had dogs. And so right now, we don't have that, i.e. Mr. Kevin Colbert, because Omar had to come in and fix what was relevant first, the defensive line and the defensive back. I mean, the offensive line and defensive backfield. So moving forward, it's time to reboot, restart the WR room, and let's go. Roman Wilson looks like he's going to be all right. So let's get Rome. I don't know if Calvin's going to do it. Get Jefferson out of there and get GP out of there, and let's get some dang on WRs, the Steelers. I'm with that.
Yeah, I think T. Higgins would be a good fit. I think he just earned himself like a $30 million plus payday, though.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to invest that, or you want to go high in the draft for a guy. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with you guys on George Pickens. I mean, he is very immature, but he is very young. Mike Tomlin usually can get through the guys. Maybe just George is so immature that he's ungettable, toolable, right?
Yeah.
If that's even a word, that's what George could be.
Yeah. Yeah. Tate, I think some teams we get a first. But if we can't, I'll take a second and a fourth and put that together with a package and get what we need to get from another team. I'll do that. I'll take a second and a fourth and for GP. But I think some teams will give us a first. A late first, they'll give it up. They'll give it up.
Okay. I mean, you don't think every other team in the NFL, every other general manager, every other coach sees the problems the Steelers have and they're gonna give a first round pick for that problem? They give something up to take a bet on upside, but it won't be a first round pick.
You know how many GMs in the NFL? I would believe you, except for I know how GMs in the NFL think. They are the most stubborn people in the world, and they believe what they do works, and everybody else is stupid. So Omar Khan will circle. Like how on the Waterboy, Shannon, how he said you got to find the victim. Find the victim. Omar Khan is out there looking around like this, talking about find the victim. But I can't say the word he really said. It started with a B and ended with an H, and it's a female dog. But he said find, and then once he identified it, there he is. Omar gonna find one of them, Tate, Shannon. He gonna find one. He gonna find that victim.
I don't know if you remember, right at the beginning of the season, I asked the audience, I said, would you trade George Pickens for Puka Nacua?
Right now.
And I said I'd do it in a heartbeat then. And Puka Nacua had come off one great season as a rookie. And I said I'd do it in a heartbeat. Because it's more than just talent. It's character, it's maturity, it's leadership, teamwork. I take it, and there is guys out there. And the reason the Steelers got him where they got him was, one, his injury.
Facts.
And then two, his maturity issues. And I'm starting to think we forget this about Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin was a wide receiver at William & Mary. Now, his background as a coach has been defense and special teams. But I think he has a soft spot for wide receivers. And, he was able to keep AB off the crazy train as long as he could.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's trying to do the same thing with Pickens. But let's give Tomlin a break and get that guy to tell.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay, so we got the game at the Bengals this week. We talked about that. So real quick, Big G, 2 keys to the game from you.
We have to put pressure on Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow, let me give a shout out to Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is, in my opinion, is playing MVP football.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get pressure on Joe Burrow. They don't have tackles. So let's get some pressure on Burrow. Let's heat him up. And we have to run the ball. This is a game that Najee and Jalen Warren should put together about 150, 160 yards rush and go straight at them. Because ball control keeps the ball away from the Bengals. So being able to run the ball, and lighten up Joe Burrow gets it done. But listen, Cincinnati can get 40 quick. So we might have to, the key to the game tape might be adjusted on the fly.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
So slowing down Joe Burrow, the other key to the game.
Mm-hmm. Running the ball. We need 150 yards plus rushing. We need Najee and Jalen needs to get between the two of them. They need about 35 carries. They need about 35 carries, about 150 yards, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay. Shannon, what are your 2 keys to the game?
Well, it's controlling Burrow to the best of your ability. I mean, he's lighting up everybody. He's putting numbers up. And the way the Steelers secondary, again, went, passive. I don't like their coverage. I don't like their communication. And the pass rush isn't getting there. Mm-hmm. They are creating turnovers, but they're not recovering the ball. Mm-hmm. They're forcing fumbles, but they're not being able to capitalize and recover. So my 2 keys will be that, one, they're going to have to force fumbles or opportunities, tip balls, but they got to come down with them, Patrick Queen. They got to recover these fumbles when they force them. And they're going to need to convert third downs to have time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to keep that ball away from that offense.
Yeah. Don't disagree. Craig Werlow say TJ should rest. He isn't healthy.
That's facts.
I don't know. He's had 10 days off now. So I think maybe he could have got healthy in 10 days. I'm sure he was light participant in practice, but we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they'll do what they need to do. But if this is a need to win game, then you need to have your players out there to a point. You could limit the snap count some, but he needs to be somebody they need to prepare for. I don't think you just say we sitting them out and the Bengals go into the game. Oh, TJ Watt's not playing. I think you dress him, and if you want to use him sparingly, I understand that. Mm-hmm. You definitely got Highsmith and Preston Smith and Nick Herbig and those guys. So I mean, maybe you play TJ 30% of the snaps instead of 70% of the snaps, but I don't think you can just sit him out. So the rest part, I agree with. You can rest in game. Mm-hmm. So before we get off the Bengals, we're gonna get off the Bengals. I want you guys to give me your score predictions for Saturday night, 8 p.m. ESPN. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman calling the game. What's your score predictions for Steelers Bengals? Shannon, you first.
Well, if nothing changes, Tomlin's talked about changes, but that's every year. Nothing really big changes. It's, they bring in a new towel boy or equipment manager is changed. It's never nothing big. There's something big going on. The players are hinting that there's a problem, but we don't know what it is.
I know what it is, but go ahead, Shannon.
I heard everybody mad at Cam Sutton.
I've heard different things. I don't know what to believe, but if nothing changes, I said last week that the Steelers ain't going to win another game this year. They're going to give up a ton of points to the Bengals, and they're going to lose, and then they're going to get blowed out in the playoffs because I think they'll end up going to Baltimore and they're going to get killed. I've lost all faith. I said 3 weeks ago, going into all this, that I believe that you have to strike when the iron's hot, and I was believing because things were looking good. And then the warts and the shortcomings started to come to the forefront. And, Big-G pointed it out then about the offensive line performance and the offensive line coaching and the coordinator issues. You know, I've been on Terrell Austin all year, but I don't have a lot of faith. So I'm going to say like 38-24 Bengals until somebody proves me wrong.
Yeesh. That's serious, Shannon.
You be wait. First, bro man, Fifth Flows asks PZ Jr. playing. I think he is playing.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He had full participation, man. Okay. The only guy they've hold out of practice is Deontay Jackson a little bit, but even Roman Wilson and Cole Holcomb are practicing full. So the only guy they've really held out is Deontay Jackson. Everybody else is went in practice. Justin's ready to go. Everybody's practicing. So that's a good thing.
Okay. Claude says 31-20 Bengals. Big G, what do you say?
Well, they've had 10 days to prepare. So being, a lifelong Steeler fan and, really been rocking with them hard since Cal. I knew about Chuck Noll, but Cowher and Tomlin. When the Steelers get a lot of time to rest and they lick their wounds, they normally respond to that. So I think that they will respond with a win. But, Shannon, you brought up a key point. The issues in the locker room is this, and I'm telling y'all, watch what I say. The deal is that the leaders who are supposed to be the leaders in the locker room are not being leaders. They're playing the worst. Minkah Fitzpatrick, Patrick Queen, Russell Wilson, and George Pickens. Those are supposed to be your leaders outside of Cam and TJ. As far as who leads the offense and defensive units from the position standpoint. And they're not playing like leaders. And this is, and I repeat this is one of them times where Tomlin can lose the locker room fast. Because if your leaders can't be checked and put in the right spot, then everybody else is not going to respond the way they need to respond. Now, saying all that, they've had 10 days off. They've had 10 days to prepare. There probably was a meeting of the mind. In those team meeting rooms, there probably was a lot of, MFers and this and that. And that and this, and they got it together. So I say the Steelers respond and win, and I got the Steelers winning 31-24 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. 38-7 Steelers, big defensive statement.
Oh.
Hey, team 86. Man, they can't nobody hold Joe Burrow to 7 points.
Nobody.
I'm just gonna say that. I'll put that
Nobody. Nobody.
But, my prediction is, I think the Steelers they don't hold them to 7 points, but they hold them to 20 points, and the Steelers get a 24-20 victory, and kind of turn this thing around.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take our second break real quick and come back and talk about the playoffs. And really, I guess all we can talk about to this point is if they lose, Shannon put it out there, it's not going to be a good playoff. But if they win, what does that mean for the playoffs? So let's take a quick break. I'll hear a few words from our partners. You listen on the audio side, you listen and watch it on YouTube, you know how it goes down. We'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast, Wednesday night, first day of 2025. I'm here with the fellas, the triple OG Shannon White, and the little fella, Mr. Algorithm, Mr. Ohio State, Mr. Big-G in the building. Oh, I got one more to put in there. Mr. Hot Take, G. Stradamus. You man of many names, man. Fifth floor of the super chat.
Yeah, many talents, Tate. That's why you got to have many names, many talents. Yeah, I see 5 floor up there, bro, man. He said Steelers need to look into the mirror and say play better and teamwork, etc. That's facts. And that starts with leadership. That starts with the leaders. Minkah, Listen, I've watched so much all-22 film, man, it's ridiculous. Minka has been playing trash. Patrick Queen, trash. Matter of fact, Minka's been playing so bad, Minka need to give me back some of that $18 million because he ain't paid. He ain't worth it. So Minka's playing trash. Queen playing trash. They have no pass rush, and I love TJ. He might because he's injured, but they ain't getting to the quarterback. George Pickens is playing trash. Both the tackles is playing horrible, and Russie playing trash. So let's call a spade a spade. Yeah, they got to look in the mirror, but it starts with the leadership, bro. The leadership.
Okay, so if we know if they lose, what we think that means for the playoffs. If they win, what's that mean for the playoffs, Big G?
Houston, here we come. It's because I don't think Cleveland's going to beat Baltimore. As a matter of fact, Cleveland would actually be not intelligent. I wouldn't want to call them dumb or stupid, but they would not be intelligent based on their draft positioning to beat the Baltimore Ravens. They wouldn't be, just because what they got an opportunity to get in this year's draft. So I look for Baltimore to win the NFC North. If we win the 5 seed, we're going into Houston. Houston's a team that we could definitely beat because they got problems like we do. Their offensive line is worse than our offensive line. So, and CJ Stroud, he's not going to hold up if we can put any type of pressure. So Houston, that's what I say, Tate.
So if they beat the Bengals, they get Houston, they go to Houston, they can win at least one game for sure then.
Facts. In my opinion. I think they whoop. I think they'll whoop them. Claude Bishop, man, the super chat. What he got? What he saying now? Play the Ratbirds in the first round. Might not be as bad as you think, and I'm not trolling. I don't disagree. There's familiarity. Yeah. What y'all think?
No, I agree. The only thing about it is it being Baltimore. I think I'd rather go to Houston than Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'd rather play inside, no elements. I think my talent on defense is better than your talent on offense. They're injured at the wide receiver position. Their O-line is banged up. Joe Mixon has slowed down considerably. So, yeah, I'd rather I'm choosing, play Houston. Shannon, your thoughts real quick.
Yeah, if they go in all 4 straight losses, I don't think it matters who they play. I think they lose. Lose the locker room, but I don't know if Tom will lose the locker room, but they've lost all confidence and cohesiveness. This isn't a team that's been together for 5 years. This is a bunch of new guys. I mean, your certain stars like Hayward and Watt, these guys have been there a while, but there's a lot of new guys. And, Wilson's first year as a starter, and they've been trying to get it together, put it all together, and they got to have some momentum. If they don't, it's going to be one and done.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I think they need a win this week. I don't think you want to go into the playoffs off 4 straight losses. So go ahead and get that win. Then you're looking at going to Houston. If you win your game, you're at least going to Houston. You may host a playoff game, but you're at least going to Houston. Yeah. So, all right, let's transition real quick, Big G. We're going to lean on you for this segment, man. We just got done watching the Rose Bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State beat Oregon, was it 41-21?
Mm-hmm.
Final score?
Mm-hmm.
Final. Okay. So, yeah. And you, while watching the game, and probably all season long, but you said when we were talking backstage before the start of the show, you've identified 5 Ohio State Buckeyes that you'd like to see be stealing. So name those 5 people, quick, just run position, run through it, and then give us 5 potential first or second round picks the Steelers might look at in this draft in 2025.
Well, starting with Ohio State, number 1, wide receiver number 2, Emeka Egbuka. That's a Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver. He's cut like Hines Ward. He's cut like Santonio Holmes. He's cut like all the great Steelers wide receivers we ever had. So Emeka Egbuka, number 1. Number 2.
Wait. So where's he go? What round pick will that take?
First.
Okay. So somewhere in the mid to late 20s.
Right. First. We can get Emeka Egbuka first. Second guy would be number 33, Jack Sawyer, defensive end. He's a young J.J. Watt type guy. If you go and watch the film and watch the tape, he looks just like TJ and JJ. He's versatile. He can drop in the pass rush. He can rush the passer. He's a dog. So, yeah, TJ Watt, we could get him late first, early second. Third guy, defensive line, Tyleek Williams, number 91. Dancing Panda, 6'3", 335 pounds.
I thought about him during the game. I mean, of course, I've seen him all season too because we keep up with Ohio State regularly. But he could play the nose.
Yep.
A nifty nose with size, 330.
Yep.
And then you can move Benton to one of the ends. And you could cut Ogunjobi's money.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought about that one.
Number 4 would be Dante Jackson, left tackle, left guard. Number 74, Ohio State. You could get him in the second or in the third round. He's versatile enough to play tackle and guard. He's 6'5", 324, 325 pounds, super strong, super fast, great hands and great feet, and ain't giving up sacks to first-round opponents. Go back and look what he did to Pierce in the first round, who's going to be a top 10 pick in this draft against Tennessee. He's a dog. So we could get him second or third, easily plug him into the line, plug and play, first-year starter right off the bat. And my fifth guy is Cody Simon. I'd like Cody Simon. Cody Simon is a green dot linebacker. I've been saying for at least the last 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, Patrick Queen is not a green dot linebacker. We need a green dot linebacker, and I think we wouldn't have to reach for Cody Simon. He earned the block O. He's got the 0 on Ohio State for a reason. So 6'3", 240-pound linebacker, fast, agile. Yeah, we get Cody Simon in the third or the fourth. Those are my 5 Buckeyes. Now, you said give you 5 players just in general?
Yeah, in general.
The guys that I've – all right, so the first guy is because I'm not –
Wait. Let me include Shannon. Shannon, for this exercise for Big G, you identified 3 positions that Steelers going to need going into the draft, and then Big G, you take it from there.
Define, Shannon. Define.
It's a little early to say for sure, but they definitely need to focus on defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They need to focus on wide receiver. And I think they have the green dot linebacker in Peyton Wilson. I said all year, Queen can't handle the green dot, and I still don't think he can. I think the communication issues, the problems that he has, it comes from having to wear the green dot. But that's just stubbornness from the defensive coaching staff. But anyway, and then they're going to have to address the secondary. In today's NFL, you got to continually improve and address the secondary to play modern coverages. And now we got to remember Corey Trice, and I got to say this real quick. He looked really good last week. Even though they played bad, he played good. He is a much better tackler than Joey Porter Jr. And the stick he put on Kelsey to keep him short of a first down was a nice tackle. He will, as he gets his legs, and if he can stay healthy, he can be a steal, as we know. But they still need to add to that position. So wide receiver, defensive line, and cornerback.
Okay, Big G. So go from there. You gotta give me at least one of every position Shannon said.
Wide receiver, defensive line, and what's the other one, Shannon?
Quarterback.
Corner. Okay. Wide receiver, Emeka Buka, Ohio State. If we pick between 23 and 27, and Emeka's sitting there, grab him. I mean, it's not even a second thought. Emeka Buka's my identified guy. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler all day and night. So, and that's not biased. That's just saying that dude is a dog, right? Defensive line, I don't know if Tyleek Williams or Jack Sawyer or even JTT will be sitting there. But I would take all 3 of those guys. So I'll give you another guy that might be sitting there. Walter Nolan, nose tackle, Ole Miss University. Nose tackle, defensive tackle, 3 technique, 6'4", 338 pounds, super big, super strong, super fast, has a motor. So I like Walter Nolan, a defensive tackle from Ole Miss University. Defensive back, it depends on where you're looking at. If it's in the second or if it's in the third. If it's in the second, I like the safety Makuba, number 18 from the University of Texas, man. That kid is hunts the football. He gets after it. So I like Makuba because I know we'll need corner, but I think Makuba's versatile enough that you can put him in either position because I think our biggest need might be a slot corner. So if you put Makuba in there as a versatile type player in a second or third round, he's got a big body. So those would be three guys that I would say to pick right off the back, but I still got to look at – I haven't watched enough film with DBs yet, but that's coming. I've watched a lot with running back, a lot with defensive line, and a lot with offensive line.
Agreed. I was going to say the same thing about trading Najee for picks. Nobody trading picks for a running back that's going into his contract year. So he's just going to sign somewhere as a free agent if the Steelers don't sign him. B. Dirt says, man, how about somebody not in Columbus? That's why.
There's a Michigan, number 78, Grant. Hey, listen, Tyleek Williams or Grant or Walter Nolan. Grant, number 78, Dancing Panda, 6'3", 340. Yeah, defensive tackle. I'll take him too. I'll take him. Michigan Wolverine. I'll take him.
Yeah, man. Juice, we did it for one more week. B. Dirt says, thanks for the super chat, man. Yeah. B. Dirt says, pump your brakes stands for pump your Buckeyes.
B. Dirt just, that's trolling, bro. That's trolling. Ain't nobody said one word about Michigan and A, B, C, and D. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about Michigan.
Steeler Lee, undrafted free agent. Mulligan, running back, Jackson State.
I watched him. I've already watched him play twice. He's going to get drafted in the 6th round. Matter of fact, book it. He's going to get drafted in the 6th round. Yeah,
What's his measurables?
5'10", 5'11", 215 pounds. Runs really, really, really hard.
That's about like Jaylen Warren.
Nah, Warren's a little bit smaller than that, bro. Warren's a little bit smaller. Warren's closer to about 5'7". They say he's 5'9", but he's like really 5'7", and he's about 200 pounds. If he's 210, it's a miracle. So the issue is we're going to have to get a running back because Najee can do what he wants to do.
5'8", 216 is what the Google machine is saying.
Yeah. But we're going to have to get a running back. Because Najee can walk. We're either going to have to pay Najee, franchise him, or he walks. So I've watched a bunch of running backs. I've watched Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. I love Rock Sanders. I love Rock Sanders out of South Carolina. I love Rock Sanders is a dog.
What round is Scatterboot going in?
Based on his performance,
had to increase today.
Yeah,
he said himself he's the best running back in the country.
He's not.
And I don't. After watching Ashton Genty, he had a decent game last night, but when he played against the big boys, he didn't fare as well, I thought, as he does against some of the other teams that he's played.
Yeah. I think Arizona State's quarterback was just a little bit better than Boise State's quarterback. That's why he fared better. Okay. And they went to Scatterboot a lot. Prior to the draft, I would say Scatterboot was a late second, early third. I definitely believe he's moved up to an early second. But it's going to depend on what goes on in the combine. Shannon, if he runs a sub 4.5, yeah, he moves up.
Not a chance.
You don't think?
He will not run a sub 4.5.
Shannon, I don't know.
He's a 4.6 something. Mark it down.
Well,
I love him. I love how he runs. He's John Riggins without the extra gear. I love the way the guy plays football, and I'd like to have him on the Steelers. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you, he's not going to go earlier because he's going to run a 4.6 up.
Yeah, he got caught on that long pass. If he was sub 4.5, he was gone.
Yeah. Ollie Gordon would be a guy I would really look hard if I was a Pittsburgh Steelers at. Ollie Gordon.
Third.
Second. Ollie, you got to get Ollie in a second. He'll be gone. Ollie Gordon's really that good. The Genty's going to be gone. Like I said, now third round, Rock Sanders. Rock Sanders, South Carolina. Rock Sanders is that dude, bro. Okay. I'm telling y'all, man. Put the film on and go watch him, man.
Did you get us a corner yet?
Yeah, I said Makobu. Because this is the deal. We're either going to have to go early and reach and get a corner, or we're going to have to wait. So if we wait, a guy like Denzel Burke might be there. A guy like David Espinosa might be there if we wait. But to get a top quality corner, we're going to have to go get him in the first round, and I don't think that's a top need. I don't think so. We just got to wait. Got to wait and see.
The governor, the Matrix. Claude Bishop gives a $5 super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Claude. As always, we appreciate you. Regardless of what your comment is, we appreciate you. Go ahead and read it, Big G or Shannon.
Said Ryan Day loses one game and G wants him fired. Tomlin won one game in December and G says nothing. Make it make sense. Because college football ain't NFL, bro. That college football ain't NFL. It ain't the same thing. The standard is different in Ohio State than it is in Pittsburgh.
Tomlin don't lose to the Ravens every year. So
that's facts.
So if Tomlin lost to the Ravens every year, that's equivalent to Ryan Day losing to Michigan every year.
And it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Ohio State, the expectation is to win all of them. That is not that ain't been the expectation in Pittsburgh probably since the 70s to win them all.
Afton, no, way from deep in the Midwest.
Yeah, that's his Afton's. That's facts. What Afton just said. He can't beat Ryan. He can't beat Michigan. That's the problem. He can't beat Michigan and probably gonna win the chip. That's what's crazy. You know. So yeah, I get it.
So yeah, B Dirt told Claude, big game James, talking about the coach James Franklin, got you boys playing good ball.
He don't believe in him.
All right. Lastly, I don't know what I said, but Mr. Wilson said true, Tate. That's true, Tate. I guess he's talking about the losing to the Ravens versus Michigan comparison. So I said in the last few minutes. Yeah, he does. They do lose to teams they should beat. Yeah. I mean, even though they lost 3 games straight, two of those losses they shouldn't have on their schedule. But okay. So lastly, we're gonna get into 2025 quarterback. Shannon, go ahead and take it from here. What's your vision for the quarterback room come the end of the preseason 2025?
Well, I'm not ready to give up on Wilson or Fields yet. From the aspect of the offensive line has had a right guard that was not expected to play much this year, who's had to start all year, who needed a season of learning, seasoning. He didn't get it. He was thrown in there, and he has fought hard. It's not a lack of effort. It's just fundamentals. It's experience.
Are you wait? Are you with getting rid of Pat Meyer, replacing Pat Meyer?
Yes, I would have already done that.
Okay.
I would have went all in on Munchak, like I've said before. You get Munchak and give him Frazier and give him the talent he's going to have with Fuatamu and all these guys. I think that you can have something special. McCormick, as I've said before, is not a good match for outside zone. He doesn't move well laterally. So it's going to be he's really going to have to focus on that. And can he do it? We'll see. But I said all year, Dan Moore's trash. I've said it, and he's just showing it as he's been exposed late in the season. I mean, our tackles get bull rushed back into the quarterback instantly. And if there's any pressure coming in the interior, Wilson can't see over it. He can't step up. And at least Fields can run more. So I just think that neither quarterback is still had a great offensive line in front of them. They had a pretty good one at first when the running game was working, but when they go up against better teams and better defenses, it's been exposed. So, but I don't know if they can afford both. I would still take my chances with Fields due to his age and his long-term potential. And, and you can have him as a placeholder to bring in, maybe get you a guy in the draft. Like we've talked about some of the guys, maybe even a second rounder or something. But here's what we got to remember. there's a picture 2 years ago of Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield running together in Carolina Panthers uniform at training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, both of them guys have had monster years. And we've always said, if it don't happen in the first year or two, they're no good. Or if they fall off like Baker did in Cleveland. You have to look at the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Who was they playing for? Who was they playing with? All these things. Give them a competent coaching staff, a competent offensive coordinator, and good wide receivers, and a good offensive line. And look at both guys.
Mm.
So the Steelers, we got to find another quarterback, yes. But if it isn't Wilson or it isn't Fields, but they might be a guy out there that we're not expecting that could, if they get lucky, fall in their laps.
Mm.
But I'm not ready to blame it all right now on Wilson or Fields.
Mm.
So, Big G, your thoughts, and if they can't keep them both, which one do you roll with? Of the
So
two,
to answer the first question, the last question first, we keep Justin Fields. But the issue is this. You signed Justin Fields to a 2-year, $60 million deal. 2-year, $55 million deal. 2 years. Prove it to me, Justin. You know, the offensive line is very young. And I think you're going to see a different offensive line next year because you're going to have a couple of guys playing in the right spots. Troy Fautano is going to play right tackle. Jones is going to get moved to left. And people don't understand, if you've never played line, it's hard to switch from left to right.
Nope.
That is a lot. You know, your body's not even built for it. Not really. So when you put Jones in his correct position at left, Fautano went right, I'm the guy that says we need to get Daniels back and let McCormick sit for another year and learn. And he replaced Siamalu. So you get Daniels, Siamalu, Frazier, Fautano with Jones. I like that line. So saying that, you give an opportunity to put a young quarterback who's only 26 years old, give him a 2-year deal and prove it to me. If not, you don't address the quarterback issue in 2025. They don't have the depth at the quarterback position. But in 2026, there's 7 franchise quarterbacks. I'm telling you right now, that 2026 draft is going to be dangerous as far as quarterbacks is concerned. So you kick the can down the road. You wait a year and give Justin an opportunity to prove it. And if not, you're not really out of anything. You give him a 2-year deal. He'll take that money. He'll take that because nobody's going to offer him a $300 or $400 million deal. It's not going to happen. Give him a 2-year deal, kick the can down the road, and get Justin. And then bring a veteran in to back him up.
Okay, Corey Brown, super chat. Thanks for the $4.99. Round that up to the $5 for my accountant. My accountant makes it easier. And I'm not telling you to. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Put in the books.
Yep.
I said 2 months ago we go as far as the O-line, and our O-line is young. Our O-line was going to be young from the beginning of the season, especially when Daniels got hurt.
Facts.
We knew Frazier was going to start. We knew Jones was coming in after starting only 7 games last year. So he was kind of still take 17 games to be out your rookie window. So he's got out his rookie window about a month or 2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he sees Russ coming back next year. I think Russ is a good leader. I hope Justin Fields has learned a lot from Russ this year. Mm-hmm. Hope he has. He gets to watch a true professional handle the building, handle the position, do homework, all that. This was a mentor-mentee relationship for Russ and Justin.
Mm-hmm.
We know what Russ is. Russ is not going to be better next year than he is this year. Definitely not physically. Definitely not physically. He may know more about the offense and be able to execute. But to me, in today's game, offensive football is about explosiveness.
That's facts.
You got to have explosive capability. Russ is not outside his moon ball. He's not explosive. Yeah, he can roll out and get away for a 7-yard gain. But Justin Fields can get away on that same rollout, scramble, and take that thing to the house.
Facts.
You know
That's
what I mean?
facts.
So, I think you need to, and that opens up the run game so much more. The way we see Tomlin ball and Arthur Smith ball, they slam it into the line, first down, second down, don't get anything. You got to throw Justin Fields back there. Why do you think Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry are having the years they're having? Because they're getting the ball from Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, exactly.
And I agree with what Cam Newton said. Cam Newton said, yeah, he's not there yet, but on potential and talent, Justin Fields can do everything Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen can do.
That's facts.
Like Shannon said, you got to get the right coach, the right coordinator, the right pieces around him. So I definitely roll with Justin Fields. It's just more upside to that. With Russ is more of the same flatline capability. I mean, Russ is a little fella. The pocket sinks around him, and it just like we see with Aaron Rodgers. I think you get so old, man. You like it was with Big Ben too. You get so old, you don't want to take some hits no more, man. It's different. So I go with Justin Fields. Claude Bishop with the super chat. Thanks, Claude, again. Claude's talking to Shannon. Shannon, go ahead and read super chat.
It says, Shannon, you bring some real knowledge to the show, but the other two, I'm not so sure. Thanks, and Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Claude. You're a brilliant man. And Happy New Year to you and yours.
Put him in the Matrix.
Nah, man.
Put him in the Matrix.
Hey, Claude. You got to go, bro.
Stay over there. Don't come out no more.
Hey, man, I don't know what Claude be listening to now. Big G, you have some hot takes. I like to think I'm the voice of reason, the messenger of truth, Mr. Flatline himself. I'm consistent. I don't say a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, so I don't know, Claude. You're entitled to have your opinion. But so we all agree that if it's between one of the two, we like to see Justin Fields back.
Facts.
Yes.
If you got to go outside the building, do you dare bring Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins in?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
I've read talk to that, though, but I did completely disagree.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Rusty than that.
Exactly.
Hey, somebody said try to get Sam Darnold.
No.
Hey, Sam Darnold will be going right back to what he come from. Leave him alone. He's in Minnesota. He's got a brilliant offensive mind. They got a good defense. He's got Jefferson, and he's got the tight end. I mean, he's where he needs to be. The Steelers have got to completely rebuild the skill positions.
Facts.
They've got to fill. Look at Jordan Love with Green Bay, guys. He has no superstar, no Pro Bowl receiver, but they're like the Steelers of '95 Super Bowl.
Facts.
They've got 5 guys. Facts. They've got 5 guys that can do it all, and he's got tons of weapons. The Steelers don't have one.
Right. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think Sam Darnold's out of here just because they got too much invested in J.J. McCarthy. I think Sam Darnold goes somewhere and get a Baker Mayfield deal.
Bang.
I think he get like 3 for $90. He could end up back in San Francisco. That'd be cheaper. Somebody Kyle Shanahan's experience with. That'd be cheaper than trying to play Brock Purdy. I thought Brock Purdy was earning his bag the other night against Detroit until he threw a critical interception.
Mm-hmm. I can see him in San Fran, Tate. I can see it.
Yeah. I'd rather pay him $30 a year than play Brock Purdy 45 to 50 because that's what Brock gonna be wanting.
Yep.
Why not trade JJ?
That's what I said, but Big G and somebody talked.
Darnold has proven, and he's a great fit. JJ's proven nothing in the NFL.
They ain't gonna do it.
Somebody will give you a first round package, because he may be better than any quarterback coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you could even improve your team even more if you go ahead and trade him.
Mm.
That's true. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Now we thinking like GMs in here.
Yeah.
Facts.
But all right, fellas. Well, all right. Well, Big G, one quarterback out the draft, the Steelers could potentially land, and Shannon, one potential free agent quarterback, the Steelers could land if they're available for the offseason.
If the Steelers go quarterback in the draft, Jackson Dart, Ole Miss University. I think we get Jackson Dart in the second, maybe even possibly in the third. And I think Jackson Dart is going to turn into a pro at some point. But I like the kid. The kid's got good size, got good range of arm. He got arm strength too, man. So I like Jackson Dart, Ole Miss University.
He dropped to the fourth, fifth round after his last game in the SEC championship game.
No, Jackson Dart didn't play SEC championship game.
Well, against Florida when he threw all them interceptions.
Yeah, maybe third. He's about third round. Jackson Dart.
Okay, well, what about Gabriel, who just played at Oregon, who has more experience than Bo Nix had come out of college?
Too small. He'll get killed in the league. He's too little.
Okay. Shannon, give me a pro or two.
Well, there's a guy I really like. One, like I said, I would try to keep Fields and have him come back as your starter.
That's one. That's a free agent. That's one.
Yeah.
Give us one.
And then try to bring in a draft pick. But the guy that I really like is the backup for the Chicago Bears. His dad was a world champion arm wrestler. And I cannot.
The kid that went to the school that Jeff went to, Jeff Hartman.
Yeah, Shepherd University in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Watching him play the year before and watching him during the preseason last year and on Hard Knocks, I like his mentality. I like his arm. He's got underrated athleticism, and I think he can be a sneaky starter someday in the NFL. But I cannot think of his name.
Okay.
But that would be the guy that I would like for the Steelers to take a look at.
I like those. And you getting that one for $5 million, $7 at most.
Yes.
You know? So, okay. Well, fellas, we about to wrap it up. Big G, Shannon, one New Year's message to our SCN fam, FFSN fan out here in the live chat, listening, supporting us, subscribing, liking, hitting the thumbs up. Since we didn't get no algorithm tonight, maybe Big G can close with that too.
I did. It's just hard to see. My background is in the construction, man, so it's hard to see. I put it up once. This number just
I see you got some Super Bowl trophies over there.
Yeah, it's under construction. I got something going on over here. So, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. One New Year's message to the people, and then wrap it up. What you got going on this week? What's to come? Paul.
New Year's message for the people, the fans. Thank you, and continue to be patient with the Steelers. We're in the middle of a rebuild, so just be patient. Next year might be our year, but just be patient. We'll be fine. What I got going on is we'll see you guys Friday on the Homies Overtime. Definitely see y'all. See y'all Sunday on the Know It Alls podcast. Me, Mod, and Tate. The Buckeye boys get to go down to Texas and get some brisket. Down there. So I'm gonna be talking strong over there on the Know It Alls podcast come Sunday.
Hey, they get some good brisket too. That Longhorn brisket.
Some Salt Lick, dog. We're gonna put beef on a skewer and get to turning that bad baby on the rotation. Cooking for about 3 days at about 90 degrees for 3 days. Just cooking, slow cooking. It's gonna be real good, falling off the bone. So yeah, we'll get that brisket on Sunday. Then on Monday, we'll be back with the No Cap, New Cap. And we'll be with the Level Up College Football Podcast. Final Four, going to be talking strong with Andy P and Sarah C come Monday. So, yeah, that's what I got going on, bro.
Last thing, Big G, when they do play that Notre Dame Georgia game tomorrow, who wins it? Who's the fourth team in the Final Four?
Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Notre Dame. Big brands in the college football Final Four. No matter who wins the game tomorrow, big brands in the college football Final Four playoffs.
Yeah.
Shannon, your New Year's shout out to our peeps. And what else is going on with you this week?
Well, this week shouldn't be anything that I know of. I did the Q&A last week, but of course Monday, me and Daniel J will be back with the Steelers hangover at 9:00. But hopefully we'll have a better one and we can celebrate the Steelers victory from Saturday. But I have one of my occasional podcast partners, Maddie P, got me a Frazier jersey for Christmas.
Ooh.
Now, I've had it a couple of weeks, and I will not wear it until they win another game because I'm not going to jinx that jersey.
Mm.
And I wanted to wear it on a podcast, but I'm not doing it till they actually look like the Pittsburgh Steelers again. So maybe I'll get to wear it this year. I don't know. But I want to tell everybody Happy New Year's. Thank you for your support. God bless you and yours, and hope and pray for a blessed 2025. And remember this game and the playoff games matter so much because this is the most expensive defense in the NFL, and it's not playing like the highest priced defense in the NFL. And I believe if something doesn't change, we are going to see changes to how much that defense costs. And you can take it however you want to take it, but I think we're going to see changes there because there's no reason to have the highest priced anything if you're not getting production, that makes it worthwhile. Let's put it that way. Right now, it's overpriced and overrated. So hopefully we're going to see a difference. But just again, thanks everyone and Happy New Year's.
Yeah, my only message would be Happy New Year's, everyone. 2024 and every year. Don't make no mistake about it. Every year is a blessing. Every year we get to breathe, walk, talk to family and loved ones, and be here on this earth is a blessing. So appreciate that. 2024 was good for me. I got a kidney in 2024. It'll be 10 weeks tomorrow. And I'm doing well. Hopefully 2025 I get even better and get stronger and get healthier the further removed I get away from it. So, I'm just appreciative of life in general. I'm appreciative of my family, appreciative of my friends. And Big G, I sent a message out to a few family and friends yesterday. He got one, so he's one of those people. B Dirt, you got one too. I didn't hear from you, bruh. But but yeah. So with that being said, the Steelers, I agree, Big G. No reason to panic. I think we're as bad as this last month has been, we're still a year ahead of schedule.
Facts.
So I think that, Shannon, I agree with you. If the defense don't come out and perform tomorrow in the first playoff game, which they typically do, we need to, reevaluate some positions and maybe go, this draft, go young, get another defensive lineman in there, buy Ogunjobi. I don't know if you bring another linebacker in. I like Landon Roberts, but he's a little long in the tooth. Getting there. And the secondary, you could use one more piece. I love Deshaun Elliott back there with Minka. Minka got to start get back making plays like we used to seeing him for his first 3-4 years in the Bird. So but we have pieces, we have things in place, and I think we only get better. I don't think we fall off, even if we are one and done in the playoffs again. I think we use this as a sounding board this season. We know what we have going into next year. Guys get a year more of experience. So, that's where I'm at. Thank you, Mark Tobin. He's advising me to stay strong. May you have a speedy recovery. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it, man. Recovery's already going well. I'm doing really well. So I'm appreciative of the process, man. Like anything in life, you gotta just, jump through hoops, hop over hurdles. You gotta do whatever you do to complete the process. So that's where I'm at. I was so tired of going to the doctor for follow-ups 2 times a week for the first 6 weeks. Now I'm down to 1 time a week. I was supposed to have an appointment on New Year's Eve yesterday. They called me a few days before, said, don't worry about just coming to your appointment next week. So I'll be there next week, but I didn't have to go this week. So maybe they're going to take me down to 2 times a month. So, but it's the process. So I just do whatever the doctors and professionals say, man. So thanks, though, for the encouragement, man. So lastly, AFL, Big G said something to you. Go ahead and read it, and we're going to get out of here.
Big G, I told you Milroe won Reed trash after the game. Hey, he does need to come back. He's going to transfer, though. If he comes back to college, he'll transfer. Look for him in Eugene, Oregon. You're absolutely right, AFL. Nobody wants him. Yeah, he's not ready. He's not NFL ready. He's absolutely correct.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Another year, he could get his stock back up. If he came out this year, he might be a 5th round pick.
Yeah, not that guy.
Right. But all right, well, for the Pump Your Brakes crew, for the Steel Curtain Network crew, for FFSN, and everybody we rock with and do podcast with, Matty P, the homies, B Dirt and the Run Through the Jungle, Pay and the Frustrated Chicago sports fans, all on FFSN, the know-it-alls. Everybody, thanks for the support. Thanks for everything. Oh, wow. B Dirt said he hear Ewers headed to Oregon.
We'll see.
Yeah, they got to get Manning in there.
Mm-hmm.
Got to, or he gonna transfer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so all right. With that being said, fellas, we about to get out for the 20 and a quarter. Happy New Year, everybody. Until next week on Pump Your Brakes, check out me and Big G Friday on the Homies Overtime with B Dirt and Pay. Until then, we out. Peace.